My ideal profession is to be a physical education teacher at an elementary school. So basically, I would like to be working with young kids. I have a lot of strengths I feel that are required for this field, and one of them is the experiences that I already have. So, one experience that I have with working with young kids is in babysitting. I've been babysitting for many years now, and I love working with kids and I love helping them and I love taking care of them. And I feel that this is a strength of mine that I could use in being a physical education teacher. Another experience that I have is in teaching swim lessons. I'm a lifeguard and I'm also a swim instructor at a pool, so I have the ability to teach swimming lessons to people of all ages. But what I enjoy doing most is teaching swim lessons to kids. So the ages of the kids I teach range from about 4 years old to about 16 years old. And with this age, it would be the same, around the same, as if I were to work in an elementary school. So this experience with swim lessons, although it's not the same as teaching a physical education class, I feel is very helpful for me because, like physical education classes, you need to teach kids how to do a sport and how to properly perform and what they need to do to be successful. I believe that through swimming lessons, I've been taught so much about what you need to do to help kids learn, patience that you need, and just different teaching styles that would help me if I were to teach a physical education class. I also feel that an experience that's helped me with becoming a physical education teacher is the sports that I've played my whole life. I've always been really active since the time I was little, so I've played many different sports like swimming, track and field, I've danced, I've played volleyball and soccer. I think that knowing all of these sports, knowing the rules for them already, knowing basic skills for them, and basic things to practice with are also helpful to me because I'll have experience in what I'm trying to teach these kids. Another thing that I think is a strength of mine for being a physical education teacher is that I have a lot of patience. I've found that I have a lot of patience through teaching swimming lessons because some of the skills that I teach kids don't pick up right away. You need them to practice over and over again until they start to improve or get a positive result. So in having patience, I think that it's necessary when teaching anything, whether it be physical education or a scholastic subject. I think that in order to be a teacher of any kind, you need patience because you need to know that sometimes people aren't going to get things right away. And the key is just to work with them and keep reinforcing them positively and keep practicing with them so that they don't get discouraged and that they can be successful eventually. I also think that I would be good to be a physical education teacher because I have compassion and I'm very caring. So I'm very compassionate about this. I think that it's so important for kids to be active, for kids to learn how to play sports, how to be on a team with one another. And I think that my compassion for physical education and for this subject is great and will help me be successful in being a physical education teacher because if I'm not compassionate about the thing I'm trying to teach, then I don't think I would be able to have a positive effect on the kids that I do teach. I'm also very caring. I would care about each one of my students individually, and I believe that this is really important because you need to care about everyone, not just one or two people. Um, and I've done some research that's also helped me with this profession. Um, One of the things that I really like is that PE was started because people came to realize that children needed specific parts of the day that are dedicated to physical activity. You can't just say, oh, they'll do it on their own. They can make time out of school. You need to give them time where they're able to go and just have fun and play and do sports. Another part of my research that I liked was that since the 1950s, around the 1950s, that physical education has expanded and become a huge part of students' lives. So I think this is really important as well, because I think students need to realize, as well as teachers and parents and everyone, I think everyone needs to realize how important physical education really is, and everybody needs to treat it just as important as a math or a science class, because without physical education, kids will become inactive. They won't learn. Physical education isn't just about learning about a sport, it's about learning about health and how to live a healthy lifestyle. It's about so much more than just going outside and running around for a half hour. Topics that helped me in this course for being a physical education teacher was sports ethic and behavior. I think as a gym teacher, it would be my priority and my responsibility to teach kids about sports ethics and the proper way to act when they're playing a sport, the proper way to treat other people on their team, as well as players on other teams. I think it's so important that kids learn how to be respectable and how to have good sportsmanship when playing a game or a sport. I also think another topic that helped me was culture, race, and ethnicity. I think it's extremely important for everyone to be aware of other cultures and races, and I think we all need to be more respectful and more careful of what we say and think of how it would offend someone else. And one last topic that I think helped me with being a physical education teacher would be gender in sport. You can't, this I've learned, you can't discriminate depending on gender. You have to treat every student equally, treat every student how to play every sport. You can't just consider one gender better than the other for different sports. You have to give everyone an equal opportunity, especially in young kids, because if you don't give them an equal opportunity, then they're going to get discouraged and they will go on and end up hating physical education and get a negative experience from it and not want to go back. So I hope this has answered all the questions, and thank you for listening.